I think I finally came up with a backup power supply that'll last 24 hours and it'll only use 1 gallon of gas. See, a couple weeks ago, we had a power outage. We had a storm come through. We lost power within like the first 10 minutes. The very first thing I did was leave and go when I got called out for the fire department, and I was gone for about 3.5 hours. That left Angela here with no power. I mean, we have a Honda generator, and I'm certain I could teach her how to start this, but what if it didn't start? What if it got flooded? What if the plug fouled? What if the pull cord broke? What if? She would still be without power. So at that point, I decided I had to come up with a system that was a little bit easier to operate, and I wanted it to provide at least 6 hours worth of power with minimal effort. Why 6 hours? Well, we don't typically lose power here, and when we do, it's normally about an hour or so. Nothing too major, but this particular outage was 32 hours. And so I wanted to find a system that gave us a 6-hour jump start. The first 6 hours with minimal effort, no generators, no gas engines, no anything. I wanted a system where Angela could plug the cord in, turn it on, power the refrigerator, power the lights, power the internet, and do other things that require power. A year or so ago, I went out and I bought this EcoFlow River Pro. And I bought this because I wear a CPAP machine. And I wanted to have a way to keep that thing running in the event we had a power outage that went overnight. And so I used it for just that purpose a couple weeks ago. I ran the CPAP machine, 3 cell phone chargers, and a pedestal fan for 6 hours. And everything worked perfect. And I still had 40% left in the morning when I woke up, which means I could have made toast or I could have made coffee if I wanted to, or I could have plugged it into the refrigerator. So I told you that very long story so that I could get you up to speed to where we are today. And I ended up going back to EcoFlow. And I ended up buying this EcoFlow Delta 2 Max. This thing provides 1900 watt hours of power, which means you can run 190 watts for 10 hours. It also provides 2400 watts of continuous power with 4800 watts of surge, which is actually more than my generator. So my goal with this power station is to provide power to the refrigerators, chargers, internet, low power stuff. We don't have a water pump, so I don't have to worry about powering a water pump. We do have a sump pump though, and depending on the time of year, I may have to power that. One of the issues I had during a power outage with my Honda generator is I had cords. The generator has a duplex outlet, so there's 2 outlets. So I basically had to run an outlet into the house, then I put a splitter, power strip, so on and so forth. Was not ideal for sure, but it did work. But now I got a new cord, and I think it's gonna work pretty slick. I ended up buying this cord, and this cord is 65 feet long, and it's 12-3 wire, so it's pretty heavy duty, and it's got 13 outlets along the length of it. I can run it in from the garage, I can run it into the breezeway, into the kitchen, throughout the house, and I can pick up outlets along the way for different appliances. I'm hoping it's going to work pretty well. Okay, now that all sounds good. It looks good on paper, and basically unicorns and rainbows at this point, right? We're going to have tons of power, everything's going to work, and everything's going to be great. But is it really going to be that easy? So I'm going to go in the house, I'm going to grab Angela. She's agreed to be a test subject today. And I'm going to have her come out, and she's going to run the cord in the house, and she's going to hook up each device. And then we're going to run a power test, and we're going to see if we can get 6 hours out of it. All right, what's this EcoFlow power station going to power today? We are going to power the refrigerator in the kitchen, the refrigerator in the basement. We're going to power the microwave. We're going to do like a 2-minute cycle on the microwave. We're going to try running the toaster one time and make some toast. We're going to power the internet the entire time. We're going to power one light bulb, and we're going to power a fan. And we're going to see where we are at the end of 6 hours. So let me go grab Angela, and we'll get this all set up. Let's go. Shug. Shug.
Yes, sir.
What you doing? Whoa.
Cleaning kids' rooms.
Cleaning kids' rooms. You want to try this EcoFlow?
Sure.
Okay.
We're in.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
Put the goods down.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Shug.
Better side.
Shug, Shug, we're going to simulate a power outage.
All right.
Okay? I need you to hook this cord up to that power station.
Okay.
And then we're going to go in the house. We're going to plug in the refrigerators and all kinds of stuff.
Alrighty.
So,
got it. I don't want it to get caught on anything. I'm stuck. Okay.
Good?
Good.
All set, Shug?
All set.
Okay. All right. So now we got to hook this cord into one of those outlets. Any one of these outlets will work. Okay.
Okay.
Now there's a button down here. Go ahead and push that button.
The AC on off.
Yep.
There we go.
Okay. Now you see how it's lit up?
Yep.
Okay. So now you got power.
Come on. Come on, Echo James.
All right. So the first thing we'll hook up is the kitchen refrigerator, or no, the internet. First thing we'll
Okay.
hook up is the internet.
Got it.
Okay.
Hooked up.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Let's work our way backwards. We'll pick up this lamp. We'll use this. Use that plug right there. Okay, go ahead and turn that on. All right. All right. Now for the hard part.
We're gonna see if I can pull this
You got to pull that
refrigerator
refrigerator out.
out.
Yep.
Okay, I can do this.
Now. Okay.
There.
All right.
Echo James.
We have power there.
Come see me.
All right, now we got to hook up the basement refrigerator. And we'll use this outlet, I think, but I got to get you an extension cord.
Okay.
All right. So this cord we can plug right into here. And now we can run this down to the For the love of God, don't fall.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. There.
Perfect.
Done.
Okay, is the light on? Bingo. All right, let's go out in the garage.
Okay.
All right, Echo's holding down the fort out here. All right, let's see where we're at. We have the EcoFlow unplugged from the wall. Simulate a power outage. So now we've got all those appliances plugged in, and we're using 68 watts, 71 watts, fluctuates, but this is telling us right now we've got 22 hours worth of power. Okay, now we wait. Let's see if we can go 6 hours. It appears as though we're going to be well within our time frame.
Nice job, Shug.
But we're going to abuse it a little bit. We're going to make some toast and run the microwave. We'll make sure you see that. We'll check back in 2 hours. The EcoFlow is showing that we're at 69%. We're currently drawing 148 watts and it says we got 8 hours to go. That's kind of crazy, don't you think? All right, let's abuse the system a little bit. We've moved the microwave onto the kitchen table and we got it plugged into the cord. And Angela is going to whip us up a bag of popcorn because Who doesn't need popcorn during a power outage? And this is a 1,000 watt microwave. So we're gonna run it for a minute and a half, make a little popcorn. All right, so let's see what we're drawing for power. So this thing has the EcoFlow has an app, and you can see right now that it's drawing 1.83 kilowatts. So that's 1,800 watts, if my math is correct, which it's probably not, but you can see what we're drawing with the microwave. And you can see our time remaining is down to 41 minutes at this rate. Okay, we're done. We've got popcorn. Popcorn for power outage. Wow, that is hot in there.
It's steam. It's warm in there.
I can't. You gotta put that in a bowl or something.
There it is.
Beautiful. Power outages and popcorn. It's all right. It'll do in a pinch. So now that we're done making popcorn, you can see the app kind of updated itself. You can see the power usage that we are using is way less than it was a second ago. You can see the time has adjusted itself. And according to this, we still have 4 hours and 28 minutes.
That's fantastic.
So because it's summertime and we're simulating a power outage, we're probably going to have a fan going.
I need to sleep with a fan.
So let's hook up a fan. We'll put this baby on high. We'll see, that's going to add a little bit of load to the, and action. Okay, it's been 2 hours since we made popcorn, and we've been at this for 5 hours now, and we're hoping to get 6. The app is saying we're at 37%. We're only drawing 81 watts right now, so all the refrigerators, everything must be off. And according to this, it says we're going to go for another 6 hours and 57 minutes, which we know is not likely to happen at 37%. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make some toast. So we have one piece of toast in there because neither Angela or I are feeling like toast right at the moment. But we're going to toast some bread in the name of science. Okay, so that should be like a medium to almost dark. We'll see how that goes. Now, right now it says we're drawing 1.24 kilowatts. So it's 1,200 watts with everything that's hooked up. Toaster's probably drawing 1,000 of that. And we're down to 36% with 33 minutes left to go. But that number will go back up as soon as this thing's done toasting. So let's see where we're at in a minute. Isn't it freaking crazy? Isn't it crazy that that battery thing powers this?
Whole house.
Well, not the whole house, but yes.
Yeah, but pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
And we haven't.
And I can do it by myself.
And we haven't had to start a motor. It's quiet.
Yep. And I can do it by myself.
Yeah. And it would last even longer if we like unplugged the fridge downstairs, like we plugged it in. Let's say we waited 3 hours the first time we plugged it in. How are we looking?
Toasting up beautifully. I think it's done.
Yeah. All right. The timer's not done, but the toast is done. There we are. Look at that. Perfect toast. Okay, so we've just made toast. And now we're back to 81 watts. We're back to 81 watts, and our estimated, we're at 34% now, and we're estimated at this rate 6 hours and 11 minutes, which we know is not legit. So I think what we're going to do now is we'll take it down to, I think we'll take it down to 10%, and then that's where we'll stop. So wherever we end up at 10%, because I don't want to drain the battery completely out to nothing. And then we'll see we'll see how we're looking there at 10%. I can't believe we've gone the whole afternoon with this little unit. Pretty amazing stuff, science. All right. All right, it's been a long day of filming, and I think we're just at 12%. We're going to be out of power in 44 minutes. So we're going to call this test complete. All right, so we were really hoping to get 6 hours out of this EcoFlow power station today, and we did that. We actually started at 12:15, and it's a little bit after 7 o'clock right now. So it's like 6 hours and 45 minutes is what we did. We could round it up to 7. You could round it down to 6. It doesn't really matter to me. We were able to achieve what we set out to do. We did learn a lot. You know, as far as refrigerators, we could probably alternate those, plug them in, unplug them. You know, maybe don't plug them in right away. Maybe let them set for a couple hours, because they will hold the temperature pretty well. So we did use the toaster. We did use the microwave. Those were 2 big power hogs. But overall, it went really well. And we haven't had to run a generator. In order to recharge this unit, you just have to hook it up to a power supply. So let's assume the power grid came back on. What'll happen is this thing will switch back over, and you can see on the top it's showing your power in, which is climbing, and then you've got your power going out, so that's not changed. It says it's going to take about 2 hours to recharge. On the box, the advertisement says 68 minutes will bring it up to 80% of capacity. So even if you round that up to 90 minutes, it's still an hour and a half-ish, and it should recharge pretty quickly. So where did I get the 1 gallon of gas from? Well, if we have an extended power outage, I'm going to use this generator right here to recharge it. And I know that that generator will run for about 6 to 8 hours on a tank of gas, depending on how much of a load is on it. So if all I had was the gas that was in that generator, and I ran it in 2-hour blocks over a 24-hour period, I should be able to get 24 hours out of 1 tank of gas. So it's a fair assumption that you could use 1 gallon of gas in that Honda generator, and you could recharge that power station 3, possibly 4 times fully charged on 1 gallon of gas, and you could get 24 hours worth of power. It's basically like a Toyota Prius. It's a gas electric hybrid system that I have here. Let's talk a little bit about pros and cons. I wrote some stuff down, so I'm going to read you a list. So on my pros list, I wrote quiet, easy to use, 2400 watts of continuous power with 4800 surge, which I said before is better than that Honda generator. It's portable. You can use it inside the house. There's really no maintenance to it. It does recharge quickly. And one thing that we haven't talked about yet is when I get solar panels for this, I should be able to extend the range, because I could have had solar panels outside all day, and that would have lengthened the runtime on this. Interesting, right? As far as cons go, I don't really have many cons. It's a little bit more expensive than the Honda generator, but not much. It has to be recharged from an outside power source like that outlet behind me or that generator. That's kind of a downside, but you have to refill your generator with gas. Another pro that I didn't mention, with this you're only using the power that you use. So if you're using 100 watts of power, that's all you're using is 100 watts of power. With the gas power generator, you're producing 2200 watts of power even though you're only using 100 watts. So you're essentially wasting your fuel. I'm pretty happy with this setup because with the gas that I keep on hand, I should be able to go 4, possibly 5 days of continuous power, which is 2 days, 3 days longer than FEMA recommends for a power outage. Also, for short duration power outages, this thing is nuts. All you gotta do is plug in a cord and turn it on. That is my gas electric hybrid emergency backup power for my house in case of a storm. Maybe it's something that you'd want to look into, maybe it's not. I think with solar panels this thing would be really cool. Although the sun never comes out here in the wintertime. So that could be a problem. But for right now, I'm really liking it. Thanks for sticking around to the end. You're better than most. I appreciate you watching. We'll see you in the next video.